Hey y'all, I'm Ali. Welcome to Little Hill Homestead. I recently had a subscriber ask me if I could show you guys how to make, okay, so we have videos. I always start an intro and then I break off into another subject. We have videos on how to make your own powdered sugar and how to make your own brown sugar, but I've only shown them using regular old white sugar from the grocery store. So one of my subscribers said, hey, can you do it using cane sugar like this stuff? A lot of people buy it from Azure Standard. It's really coarse there, and I'm super excited because I just read a review that said that it's a little finer now, so I'm gonna buy another bag to try. In the meantime, we get this one just from Costco. It's not very expensive, and it's easy for me to get. But finding brown sugar made with cane sugar or finding powdered sugar made with cane sugar are much, much harder to find. Whatever the word is you wanna use there. So today I'm gonna show you guys how using one bag you can make all the sugars you need. Let's get started. So usually I keep this in a jar over there, but I thought for video purposes, I'm gonna show you the actual product, what it looks like, how we use it, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this is organic cane sugar. The biggest difference is that this is unrefined. So you're getting, it's more like the flavor is kind of similar. It's just a cleaner, less processed sugar, basically. It's still sugar, you guys, I'm not gonna lie. I have a couple blenders that I use. You can do this in like a magic bullet type of a blender. You could do it in this kind of blender. We have a Vever blender, my son stole, but you can use those as well. So really any kind is gonna work for you. Now, a lot of times when I get this sugar, it's in big clumps. That's fine because we're just gonna blend it anyways. So I'm just gonna pick a couple clumps of it. I was gonna do probably about a cup of it. This is the powdered sugar, by the way. So normally I process powdered sugar. I do half-gallon mason jars and they sit on our spice rack on the bottom level. So what I'm gonna do today too is show you a side-by-side comparison of our homemade sugars using regular sugar versus the cane sugar so you can see the difference. All you're gonna do for this one, you guys, some people add cornstarch. I have found that sometimes I do that if I know it's gonna store long-term. But we go through powdered sugar really, really quickly in our house, so I don't feel the need to do that, and I don't see a difference. So, no need. I'm gonna turn my blender on, and you're just gonna let it rip until it looks like powdered sugar. It doesn't take very long, to be honest. Okay, normally I cut out and don't make you watch me blend. But did you guys see the texture change and the noise change on that all of a sudden? That's how you kind of know when it is done. So let's look at our sugar. I always kind of pull some out and feel it to make sure there's not like big chunks of granules still in our powdered sugar. Let me put it into this container and we'll do our side-by-side comparison. How quick was that? I didn't even time it, but my blender has a timer. I should have timed it. Okay, I want to show you a side-by-side comparison of the cane sugar versus the white sugar. I know it's not fair putting it in a white container. This has a slight brown tint to it, but really not much at all. Texture-wise, this is the powdered sugar that you're used to. This is exactly the same, you guys. So if you want to know how to make cane powdered sugar, you just did it. It took us all of 30 seconds. That's it. You use it the same way. It processes the same in your baked goods. It's perfect. So boom, shakalaka, that is done. I will probably, honestly, just add this to my jar because it's the same thing. So that's what I do. Should I get my funnel? I have a giant funnel that I love to use for this stuff. It's in the other room though. So basically all I do is, sometimes it gets clumped at the bottom near the what's it called? The blender part, the metal blade, but that's it, you guys, powdered sugar. Stop spending your money on bagged powdered sugar because it's literally like if I need a cup for a recipe of powdered sugar and this is empty, I just go take a cup of sugar, throw it in the blender, and then add it to my recipe. It's pound for pound the same, it's cup for cup the same, so it's the same thing. There's your powdered sugar. The next thing I want to show you guys is how we do brown sugar. Let me reset and because I forgot my molasses. Let me go get my molasses. Okay, we're back. Let's make brown sugar. So brown sugar is really, really easy so long as you have molasses. We get old-fashioned, this is not blackstrap or anything, it's just regular old molasses. We get it from Azure Standard. You can use the one with the yellow label. It doesn't really matter. This just for price wise is we go through a lot. And so we buy it from Azure just because of that. So you need 1 cup of your sugar. So we have 1 cup of our the organic cane sugar. And if you want to do light brown sugar, you use 1 tablespoon. If you want to do dark brown, you use 2. Pretty easy to remember. Of course, I have it all over my hand. Let me get that off there. Now, what I have found is if you close your mixer and you have it spinning and you go to dump your molasses in, your molasses is going to cling to the top of your blade and kind of spin all over the bowl. So what I traditionally will do, instead of doing that big disastrous mess, I mean, in the long run, you get brown sugar, so it doesn't matter, but I usually will put it, kind of string it around here before I turn the mixer on, then turn the mixer on. It's just one of those little tips. I'm gonna do light brown sugar because that's traditionally what we use mostly. If I'm gonna do dark brown sugar, I will make it as needed. You just take a cup of your brown sugar, add some more molasses to it if you don't want to start from scratch. So I just drizzle it around kind of all over the place. And that's that. Now all I'm gonna do is close my mixer and let her rip until it looks like brown sugar. It goes pretty quickly, maybe a minute, maybe less. "17 seconds is what it took. This one has a timer on it. Let me show you guys. There's a little of molasses stuck on the blade. It's really not that bad. Overall, my sugar looks perfect. So this is some that I made a couple weeks ago. It's just brown sugar, you guys. And that's the same recipe using regular sugar. This is our brown sugar using the organic cane. It looks like brown sugar because it is. Texture-wise and stuff, it still has the stickiness of brown sugar. It's gonna taste just like your brown sugar and it functions the same as brown sugar. It's just using your organic cane sugar if that's what you're more comfortable using in your kitchen. So guys, like I said, there's no need to give your money to these companies who think they have duped you. That's not the right word. Pulled one over on you, thinking that you have to buy brown sugar from the grocery store because you can make it yourself. This is my theory. Like I said, in 2025, we're going back to the basics because large corporations often pull one over on you by saying, like, you have to buy brown sugar from us. You don't. You don't have to buy powdered sugar from them. You gotta buy sugar unless you're gonna grow your own and, you know, figure that out. But always look at labels to see, like, what's in stuff. Like we did, what did we do recently? Self-rising flour. Literally, if you look at the back of the bag, it says flour, salt, and baking powder. I think it was with baking powder. That's it. So just look at labels, and often there's going to be parentheses that have a bunch of jumbled words. But overall, if you look at labels, you can figure out what's in stuff and stop supporting these large companies. That's it. Support yourself. Keep your money in your pocket. Anyways, there you guys go. That is our cane sugar version of brown sugar and powdered sugar. If I missed anything, if I forgot anything, I'll have the directions below for both of these, but pretty much they're straightforward. I mean, you know, I will also link it to our regular, not using cane sugar, using regular old white flour. White sugar. You can't make these recipes with flour. It will not work. Let's just say that. Anyways, I will link those below. If you guys have any other sugars or questions on things, like I said, I'm going to buy the other one from Azure to see if it is more fine now. I did read that on their Facebook. There's a Facebook page for Azure Standard that's like a customer one. You can chat with other customers and ask questions and post pictures and stuff like that. A lot of people, a lot of good information if you are an Azure person. But somebody did say that the cane sugar is finer now, and that was my biggest issue and the reason that I bought this one. So I'll buy some and I'll let you know what I think. Anyways, go make your brown sugar and your powdered sugar. Keep it in your pocket. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you as always.